Hey everybody, it's Tonya with Scrappy Chicks, and also I am a creative partner with Kiwi Lane. Again, I thank you for coming and joining me in this crafting, and what we're doing tonight is just a layout share. And I'm going to go through some of my past kits and just do a throwback Thursday, and I'm going to show you some of the layouts that I've created using several of the kits. And so what I'll do is I'll show you the kit first and then show you the layouts. Just in case you have some of these kits that you haven't used, it might inspire you to get these out and create with them. So the first one is Squeeze the Day. This was May of last year. And those are the templates. It's all the citrus ones. This is a very beautiful colored kit. I love the papers. I had fun with this. So what I did with this one was I did Mother's Day layouts with this one. So I'm gonna show you the first one that I did. So, and I also did some layouts with this one of my great niece. Her name is Brooke, and she's adorable. So this is the layout that I did. It said Hello Sunshine. This was my mom and myself, and this was, I want to say, in 2019, yes, for Mother's Day. And I also used the lacy trims. That is this one. And then all of the citrus was in the kit, and that was a sentiment card that was in the kit. And then I just added the jewels onto the lemon slice, which was really fun. Those come from the Dollar Tree, and I thought that was a fun element to that. And then I pop dotted the seeds in the middle, or slices, whichever you want to call it, and put a jewel or gem in the middle. I also did stitching around the edges of the lacy trim with my white Jelly Roll pen. So this is kind of a simple layout, but I really thought that it was pretty, and I liked how it turned out. Then we go to a 2-page layout here. So again, I used all the paper is from the kit, and then the sentiment cards are from the kit, and the templates are citrus from the kit. And it said best friends are people you can do anything and nothing with and still have the best time. So of course that describes my mom and I. We have a great time. Anytime we are able to get together, we have a blast. So yeah, I just thought this was beautiful, rich teal and blue colors, and then that pop of yellow, and then that hint of green. It was just beautiful. So I thought this was great for Mother's Day. And I just realized I didn't put the Mother's Day title here, so I'm going to add a Mother's Day title on that. So that's one thing I need to do. And see, on the back was that single page layout. And then I did another single page layout using the kit, and this time I made a shaker. So I took the citrus picture that's in there, and I made a shaker, and I love shaker elements. And I hope you can see that. I just love shaker elements on there. And again, I put the jewels on there, and then another sentiment card. And I thought this was just a really fun layout. And then anytime I can do girly layouts, I love it, because I have young adult boys. So this is my great niece Brooke, and I know the light's kind of glaring on that. I'll try and hold it like this so you can see. This is my great niece Brooke. She will be 4 in June, but these are some of her baby pictures. They did black and whites, and they dressed her up, and then they had some pearls, and I just thought this kit was beautiful for these pictures for her. And I could just squeeze you. That was a sentiment card, and that says, hey gorgeous. And then I did the glitter. So I added stickles onto the lemon slices, and that just gave it that little bit of shimmer, and I just love this layout. It was so much fun to do a girly layout of her. And I don't know if you can tell, I'll try and hold it up to the camera, but I use glossy accents. And for those who don't know what that is, they sell that at Michael's and other craft stores, and it just gives you just put it on, and it takes the shape, and it just leaves it kind of bumpy. and glossy. So it's called Glossy Accents, and you do have to let that dry. So I recommend anything that you want to use glossy accents for, do that when you're done with your layout. Completely get your layout completed, and then do your glossy accents, and then put it up and let it dry overnight, because if not, it will smear. So this was a really precious layout. And then I did another layout, and this is a single page layout using the same kit. And Kiwi Lane put in that chalk marker, so I thought it'd be fun to explore and play with that. So I used the template from the kit, the little banner template that came with it, and again the citrus. And then I used that chalk pen to trace the layout with the chalk pen, and it gives it that effect. And this was another precious and sweet layout. It's a single page, but it was a lot of fun. And then I brought in some other templates. Like I used the photo mat templates. That helps me quite a bit when I'm laying this out for placement. And this was one of the other banner templates. And I think I elongated it to make it a little bit longer. So that's everything that I made with that set. That was, again, Squeeze Today. Then this is Pocketful of Sunshine kit. This was September of 2020. And these are the templates that it came with. So a lot of people love this one because of the pocket, the fence, and a lot of people were thrilled for the sunflower. So I'm going to show you what I made with that kit. So this is kind of out of the box, but this is a single page layout that I did using that kit. And I may have shown this in the past on my Scrappy Chicks YouTube channel, so some of you may have seen this one before. So I brought in the scallops template, and I did burlap. So the fence is made out of that burlap paper. Love burlap. And then I did the bee and the sunflower and the a la carte pickup, and I made wheels that were out of twine. So there's their twine wheels. And then I did the Nuvo drops to get this bumpy little buzz mark from the bee to look like they're, buzzing around. So I did an apple picking layout, and that was a single page layout. Then I thought the sunflowers were beautiful for wedding. So I did a wedding layout. Again, I used the burlap paper. That's what this is. And if you've never used burlap paper, it's super easy because it has a backing on it. And you can pull the pieces to fray the edges, but it's super easy to work with. So what I did was I pulled a few of the pieces to fray the edges, and then I took those pieces and I put them behind my flower. So no waste. I reused what I had. So when I pulled the edging off, it made strings of burlap. So then I just used it behind my flowers to give it another level of dimension. And then the bride in this one had a bouquet, but she had red roses. So I mimicked her bouquet. So I did the sunflowers, and then I used the Cherish template that has the rose in that template set. And then I did the Nuvo drops for the centers. And I mimicked her burlap. And then I wrapped some ribbon around there. So I mimicked her bouquet there. Again, I pulled the twine or the burlap string from the paper and put it behind the flowers. Let's see. Let me see if there's a layout on this side. Yes. So this is a single page layout. Another sunflower bridal picture. I brought in tags and used tag templates for that. And I brought in the Cherish template, the birds in the Cherish. The sunflowers are from the kit. And I don't know if you can tell, I used that glitter pen. I don't know if you can see the glitter in the camera or not. But I glittered and shimmered. I used the shimmer pen. They sell those on Amazon. And then I did the burlap tag border on that. And I used Funky Frills on this, and it's a simple layout, easy layout, but I thought it was really, really pretty for wedding. Okay, then another layout that I did, this is another single page layout. I did a shaker box, which again, I love shaker boxes. So anytime that there's something I can make a shaker with, I'll do it. So I made this shaker layout here and put in sequins, and it's backed with a sentiment card. And then I did another sunflower, and I put the jewels in the middle and some of the leftover burlap where I tore this. I did the funky frills, but then I actually put the template on the burlap paper, I think it was Abbey Road, and traced it on the back of the burlap paper and cut it out. And then this says happiness is being a friend. And I thought that was really, it's simple, but yet pretty. And then I have one more layout using that kit. This was a fun layout. So, and I'll try and pick this up because of the glare so you can see it here. So again, using the funky frills and the fence, and I did a lot of flowers on this one. I did the pocket. So cute. I want to put it in my pocket because these were adorable pictures of the sunflower fields here. Be silly, be honest, be kind. And then on this flower, I did the crepe paper. So if you have crepe paper, it's the crepe party paper. You can make a rosette with that, and then you put your flower over the top. And I just thought this added a fun element. I did use some foam squares to pop up some of these elements as well. I didn't do them very thick because you got to remember, if it's in a scrapbook, you know that over time it's going to flatten that out. So don't build it up too thick. But this was just a really fun layout to do with that kit. Okay. Now we're going to switch gears. This was Mother's Day 2019. This is old paper that I had in my stash. I pulled in those flower templates I had, the springtime, heart to heart. I cannot remember right offhand which flower this was. The scallop template. Yeah, this was just a fun layout that I could actually do with my boys, and I had the perfect paper to match our clothes, what we were wearing, and this was a lot of fun. So, and I think this inspiration came from one of the books, one of the Kiwi Lane idea books. What I did was I looked at a layout, but I modified it. So I didn't follow it exactly, but I looked at the Kiwi Lane books for inspiration, and I do that quite often. I don't necessarily follow the layout just like is in the book. You can if you want to, but a lot of times I just draw inspiration and then modify it. So I do the play to create is basically what I do. So this was a 2-page layout. This was Mother's Day 2019. Okay, and this was, and I'm trying to see if these two go together. They do. So this is another 2-page layout that I did. This has that country, and I know there's a glare. Sorry, my lights are making a glare. This has that country time vibe because there's this beautiful old mill that I went to have these pictures made. And I had wood grain paper that I brought in, and the templates, these were in that card kit that has the bee in there. So this is actually a card kit is what I used on that. So I don't necessarily use cards for the card kits for cards. If there's paper, I cut it up and use it. And I use paper from the card kit on the flowers. And Sweet as a Peach, that was a title card in another kit. I'll tell you which kit that is in just a minute. So this has that country vibe. I had my pictures made to commemorate my weight loss. I used to be 315 pounds, and I've lost over, I had gastric bypass in 2016, and I lost over 200 pounds. So I did something for me, and I want to commemorate it. I wanted to commemorate my weight loss, so I had a photo session with my photographer. She did a phenomenal job, and I just wanted to commemorate how far, because I was actually proud of myself for the first time ever in my life. So yeah, I've had a lot of struggles. So I had never been proud of myself, but I finally was. And I was like, well, this is, you know, I don't scrapbook myself. I scrapbook everybody else in my family. But I'm like, well, I owe this to myself. So it can be a reminder of how far I've come. So this is another single page layout that I did. And I just brought in, you know, that wood grain because it was an old mill. So the wood grain just felt right. And the blues with the flowers. And then this is a 2-page layout that I did, and it can either go this way or it can be flipped and go this way. So I'm not sure how it's going to go in my book yet. It may go this way, but then again I might flip it. I'm not sure. It says happiness looks gorgeous on you, and then I did a title, Steps to Loving Me, because there were many years that I did not love myself. So this layout brings back those memories of my accomplishment. And if I begin to have self-doubt or whatnot, I can go back and reflect on these. And I love this picture she captured of me looking out at the lake, just kind of reflecting on everything that I've been through. Okay, and then, so the next one, I used papers from Just Peachy. This was January of 2020, I want to say. And this one came with the hummingbird, peach, and then the sash. And I used papers in these next layouts. You're going to see the papers. I didn't use the templates, but I did use the papers. So I think I had it. I think I meant for it to go this way. So this is a 2-page layout to commemorate. This was in September 12th of 2019 for my 41st birthday. And I brought in the Celebrate. And then the Hope Your Day is Sweet. That was a sentiment card in that kit. And these are a lot of the papers that were in that kit. So I just did a birthday layout because we celebrated my birthday. And then another layout from that kit. We did 2 celebrations for my birthday. So this layout can either go this way or it can go this way. And I think I intended for it to go this way, but it can go either way. So we did a 2 separate celebrations. Why not? You know, so why not celebrate twice? So, and I love the Olive Garden. So we went to the Olive Garden. That's my favorite. And my husband got me the black tie mousse cake, which is my favorite dessert as my birthday cake. So I was thrilled. So these are just some snapshots from when we went. And then I used that lacy trims in the circles. And my life is peachy. So those were some of the sentiment cards. And again, the paper is from that kit as well. And I don't know if you ever used the Rick Rack is what it's called, but those are great streamers for balloons. So if you have this in your stash, and you can get Rick Rack fairly cheap online, but they make great streamers for balloons, the string for the balloons. I love using that on those. And then I did Celebrate Family. And I used the scallops border as well. And washi tape. I always forget about washi tape. That's a hidden embellishment in my stash that I always kind of neglect. So I brought in some washi tape that said good times. And this is a great memory. All right, the next kit is called Trailblazer. This was August of 2020. And the kit for the templates for this had that Southwest feel. I know this kit bothered a lot of people. They were like, I don't know about that. And I kind of had that same thing, but then I actually ended up having perfect pictures for that. So this is the first layout I did with that kit. And I used the papers, but I didn't really use any templates in that one. So I used the papers and the sentiment cards, and I brought in the cactus. I had that a la carte I think it was a la carte. And I used part of the scallop and cut that down and photo mats. So this was my great niece again. And I just thought this was a sweet, simple one-page layout of her. And then I did this beautiful double-page layout of Cassidy. And Cassidy is my oldest son, Tristan's longtime girlfriend. So she is a beauty. And I did this double page layout of her and her dog Molly, Molly's passed away. But basically they grew up together. Molly, I think, was 14 years old. And so Cassidy had Molly from when she was little. So they actually grew up together. So I did this beautiful layout of her. And these pictures were taken... Well, she's 21 now. These pictures were taken of Cassidy's senior year of high school, and she wanted to have them with Molly because she knew Molly wasn't going to be here much longer because she was getting old and she had some health issues. So I did this layout to commemorate Cassidy and to remember Molly at the same time. So I love the papers, and I did pull in some of those templates. I was able to use some of those templates from the kit, and then I had the template, the mason jar template I also had, and then I made one of the flowers. So it was, yeah, this was a fun and beautiful layout. And then this was a single page. This layout was made using all the scraps from that kit. So this was all the leftover strips, and so I pieced them together. So I don't like to waste any of my paper because I'm a paper addict and I love paper. That is my thing. If I've got one staple craft item in my craft room, it is scrapbooking paper. I love color. I love pattern. I love paper. So that is my one thing that I always have, is a nice selection of paper. And so I don't waste it if I can help it, but I do use it. So I just don't waste it. So I put all the scraps together that I had. This whole layout was made from scraps. And I think it turned out beautiful. And I love that one single shot of Cassidy and Molly. It turned out beautiful. So, and then I have a single page layout, and I don't have pictures on this one yet. This one's going to be a little chunky. So we'll have to be careful when I place this in an album. And this might need to be the first page in the scrapbook album, because what I did were the rosettes. So I made a rosette, and it is really chunky. So if you're going to do something like this, I wouldn't recommend doing it often. I did use the banners template and the scallops here, but it says pull on your boots and take on the day. So I'm waiting for the perfect pictures for this layout. But and then I did the boot, and I ran it through my embossing machine. I embossed the boot, and it needs to be the first page in the books. That way it doesn't get too squished down. So I really wouldn't recommend doing thick rosettes, but again, I used scraps left over, and that's what I came up with. So then I'll do my pictures on here when I figure out which ones are going to go on there. But this was another fun layout. If you do rosettes, I would recommend doing crepe paper ones, because the crepe paper sit flat in your book. If not, then this probably needs to be the first page in the album, so it won't get squished. Okay, so I have, let's like one more stack. I love this. This was May. It's called My Tribe. May of 2019, I think. And this came with 3 templates. It came with the feather, and then the forget-me-not, and She Loves Me daisy flower. And the papers are beautiful. Of course, it has that, oh, and this one came with a sticker sheet too. It has that Southwest vibe. At first I was like, I don't know about this layout kit, but I loved it. So these pictures were taken September of 2019. And we had family pictures here at home in our backyard. We have woods, and it was a beautiful day, and I set up a background. I did a palette, and we did fall pictures because our beloved JB was not going to be with us much longer. He was our lab, and he was getting old, and we knew the time was coming, and I wanted family photos with him, but he wasn't able to travel anywhere, so my photographer came to us. And I used the feathers and the stickers and sentiment cards that were in that kit and designed this beautiful layout of my family and JB. And then I did a single layout. Again, this is back when I had my weight loss pictures, so I just thought these colors were perfect. And the sentiment card is so true for me, and it says she believed she could, so she did. And I was bound and determined to lose weight, get healthy, and be a better version of me, and for myself and for my family and for my friends, and that's what I did. So that one sentiment card inspired this entire layout, and I look at those sentiment cards for inspiration quite often. So when you get a kit of any kind, look at those cards and read them and let those cards inspire you, and that's what I did. So I used the only templates I used on this one were the feathers. This you can't really tell, but this was the a la carte vintage back here, but you can't really tell because it got covered up, but that's okay. And then I did the feathers, and this is just a simple layout, but the message says a lot. And then my final layout is one of my favorites that I've ever created. And actually, no, I have one more layout after this, but I'll go ahead and show you this one. So the papers were from the same kit, the My Tribe kit. So the papers were from there, and I'm not a hat person, but I went to Hobby Lobby with my friend, and she likes hats, and she's like, but I saw this hat that said Dreamer with the feathers, and I just have a thing for feathers. I love feathers. And so I tried on this hat, and I took a selfie so I could see what I looked like in the hat, because I didn't want to take the hat to the bathroom and try it on, because you're not supposed to take merchandise into the bathroom. And so I took a selfie so I could see what I looked like with the hat. Well, I loved it. I was like, oh. So I ended up buying the hat at Hobby Lobby. And then I just had other random pictures of me in that hat. So I'm like, well, I'm going to do a layout of my hat because I love that hat. And then I did a dream catcher. So I used the circle templates, and I did yarn. And of course I had to make it a shaker dream catcher, but the circle templates are great for dream catchers and shakers. So if you have the circle templates, yeah, get them out. If you need a dream catcher, these are great. And then I did the jewels from the Dollar Tree around the edges, and I just kind of did my own little zigzag with the yarn. And then the leaves coming down, and it says your vibe attracts your tribe on this side. And then I love the sentiment card. Again, I drew inspiration for that. So it says, just be yourself and let the real flawed, quirky, beautiful, and magical person you are shine. And that's me. I'm very flawed. I'm very quirky. I don't consider myself beautiful, but my husband does. So that's all that matters. So yeah, I beat to my own drum. I'm different, and I'm proud of it. So, and then my final layout is of my family. And I love this picture. We had a family sign that we're actually holding up. I don't know if you can see that, but it says family. And it says life is better with my tribe, and I love my tribe. And so again, I used feathers, and I ran these through the embossing machine. That's a great tip. Run your templates through an embossing machine. And I got out my washi tape again. So I was very proud to use that washi tape because it often sits in my washi tape holder. So I got out that washi tape, and this was one of our final pictures of our family. And I use one of the sticker elements from the kit as well. So that is my layout throwback Thursday. I think I'm hitting right at 30 minutes. So I'm going to wrap it up. I would love to connect with you in the Kiwi Lane, my community. My name is Tonya King, so look me up and try and connect with me. Also, if you're interested in following my Kiwi Lane Facebook page, it's called Scrappy Chicks. C-H-I-C-S is how I spell chicks. And also I have a YouTube channel called Scrappy Chicks, where I predominantly show 95% of what I show is Kiwi Lane. Actually, it might be 98% is Kiwi Lane. So I show a lot of Kiwi Lane things that I make. But I would love to connect with you. If you have any questions or just any comments, feel free to leave them below. I think Kiwi Lane will let you comment on the YouTube channel. So if you have any questions or comments, I will go back and read them and respond to you if you have any. If you want to see an up-close look at these, if there's any you want to see up close, I'll be glad to email them to you, because I have photographs of all of these. So I'll be glad to email them to you. Also, I know Kiwi Lane will be doing a blog post. So they may showcase some of these layouts. I'm going to submit the photos to them, so they may showcase some of those, but just wait for the blog post. That comes out later after the video. So they'll get that uploaded on the Kiwi Lane blog, and you can see up-close photos of my layouts as well. So thank you again. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you have been inspired to get out your Kiwi Lane templates and kits and just play to create. Thanks. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.